speaking frankly and truthfully. Cultural construction of the second home. 3. Siafeng. We must bury despotism and dictatorship. Every kind, hard-working, simple, and trustworthy person should be able to enjoy a life of happiness, joy, freedom, and well-being. We must create a culture and an environment without oppression, without exploitation, without suppression, without abuse, without cruelty, without harm, without discrimination, where everyone is equal, where all care for each other, live in harmony, and share weal and woe together. To achieve this goal, every Chanyuan celestial must speak with honesty and candor. First of all, those who speak honestly and candidly must not suffer retaliation, threats, or abuse. No matter what someone says, as long as it is truthful and based on facts, as long as it is not stirring up trouble with baseless speculation, as long as it is not unreasonable nonsense, as long as it is not fanning flames or inciting division, as long as it is not deliberately making things difficult to form cliques for personal gain, as long as it is not intentional attacks driven by private resentment, as long as it is not malicious exposure of personal privacy to embarrass others, then such words should be encouraged, respected, listened to with humility, and taken seriously. First of all, since the guide Siafeng holds a pivotal position in this home, and since I myself am not perfect, everyone should be especially strict with me to prevent my selfishness and desires from swelling, leading me toward despotism and dictatorship, and ultimately destroying this beautiful home that has been built through the hard work and devotion of everyone. If brothers, sisters, relatives, or companions discover that I am engaging in favoritism, using power to oppress others, abusing any Chanyuan celestial, deviating from the principles of Lifechanyuan, seeking privileges, threatening or oppressing anyone, or if anyone suffers spiritual, mental, or physical harm because of me, then you must speak to me with honesty and candor to help me, to rescue me, rather than encouraging my mistakes. If my words or actions cause you discomfort, you must speak with honesty and candor, and not let me fall into the delusion that you approve of what I say and do, which would only cause me to lose control and act recklessly. If I handle matters unjustly, if I do not treat everyone equally, but deliberately favor someone, if I act bureaucratic and high-handed to suppress others, then you must speak with honesty and candor. If anyone is retaliated against by me for speaking honestly and candidly, then I will already have turned into a devil. Such a guide will have lost his senses and will no longer be worthy of trust. The same applies not only to the guide, but also to every Chanyuan celestial in this home. No one is untouchable. Everyone must accept honest and candid word from others. If anyone feels displeasure or hatred because of others' honest words and proceeds to suppress or retaliate against them, that person is not a true practitioner and must be criticized by the guide. The best way to practice honesty and candor is this. Every week, the home should dedicate one evening to a gathering for life sharing and exchange. During this time, anyone with opinions about certain aspects of the home, anyone who feels wronged, anyone who feels unfairly treated, anyone who has suffered spiritual, soul, or physical harm from someone, or anyone who observes a brother or sister acting or speaking against the principles of Lifechanyuan should speak honestly and candidly before everyone. All crises should be addressed openly and publicly, not handled in private or behind closed doors. We must build a culture in which everyone dares to speak out. Every Chanyuan celestial must be superhuman in this respect. If someone suffers grievance, injustice, or suppression, yet does not speak honestly and candidly, then that person is not a qualified Chanyuan celestial. Those who do not speak candidly are either cunning schemers playing both sides with hidden agendas, or else cowards. They're definitely not truly honest people. In the second home, everything, except personal privacy, should be transparent and open to the light of day. Otherwise, we cannot pioneer the Lifechanyuan era for humanity, nor would we have the qualifications to guide all of humankind. In this home, there must be no privileged class, no special interest class. At the same time, we cannot fall into rigid egalitarianism. We are practitioners with the highest aspirations. Everything we do is for the perfection of ourselves so that we may climb to the highest realm of life and life, not for personal gain or benefits from the home. Open the windows to let in the sun and moon. Lift your gaze to the distant green hills. If everyone speaks with honesty and candor, we can turn gloom into clear skies, decay into miracles. We will be able to build an ideal environment and a bright future, set an example for all humanity, and ultimately realize our most beautiful ideal. February 21st, 2010.